Okay, try these exercises for your knee. If anything doesn't feel good, don't do it. And take breaks as often as you need. So I'm going to start with mini squats, soften your knees. And then I want you to feel like you're really squeezing your butt. If you had like a band around your knees, you could push out against it. I'm not saying push out like this, just push out against an imaginary strap or band. And then squeeze your butt, press your feet into the floor, and stand as tall as you can. So you're going to try to like engage your quads, like you're trying to pull your kneecaps up, squeeze your butt, and even maybe tighten up your tummy. And then soften again, push your feet into the floor, squeeze your butt, stand up tall, pause, finding all those tight muscles. So if you think about really getting like a lot of engagement, the work is almost more at the top than at the bottom. Reset, squeeze, and lift. And your feet can be whatever width feels comfortable for you. And your toes can be slightly turned out if that feels more comfortable as well. Maybe like 5 to 10 of these with a good strong squeeze at the top. Maybe another 5 seconds there. Okay, and then step back with one foot and then rock back into a bit of a hamstring stretch, focusing on pulling your foot up as hard as you can. So you're going to get a lot of work through your quad and your shin even, and a good stretch in the back of your leg. Rock forward, squeeze your butt, push your hips forward. Rock back, flex. So if you're not really flexible, you're not going to get very far. As you get bendier, you can sit back farther. And then return, squeeze your butt, push forward, rock back, flex, squeeze, push forward, rock back, flex, squeeze, push forward, rock back, flex, squeeze, push forward. Now rock back, hold wherever you feel like you're getting a decent stretch. And from your hip joint, rotate your leg in and out. Now if your heel is uncomfortable, you may want to wear shoes for this or put a towel under your leg. So I'm trying to move from my hip joint all the way out, all the way in, all the way out, all the way in, all the way out, all the way in. Whew. Okay, side 2. Rock back, find that nice hamstring stretch, and pull that foot up as hard as you can. Push forward, squeeze your butt. Rock back, flex, push forward, and squeeze. Rock back, flex, rock forward, squeeze. Rock back, flex, rock forward, squeeze. One more, rock back and flex. Forward, squeeze, rock back, hold there, rotate from the hip, in and out. If you feel any pinching in your hip, maybe don't go quite so deep. Or maybe adjust how your pelvis is situated. I'm doing about 5 of each, but feel free if you like it, do more or do a couple rounds before moving along. Okay, next, hamstring curls. Hamstring curl is to strengthen your hamstring, of course, but also to challenge the stability of your core and your glutes. So you want to find good posture, like you're kind of like zipping up a tight pair of jeans. And then bend one knee, keeping your thighs level. So it's not a flamingo. So trying to just isolate movement at the knee as you bend. Squeeze at the top, pause, and then slowly control it back down. Squeeze and lift. Control it down. As you're doing this, focus on also your standing side being strong. So you want to tighten up on the standing hip muscles as well, and keeping your posture like perfect. There we go. Thinking about 10 of these. I'm a terrible counter. About one more. Okay, switch sides. So we're going to find a good posture, squeeze your butt, and then lift, pause, slowly down. Lift, pause, slowly down. Again, keeping a check that your thigh does not move. Thigh doesn't move and back doesn't arch. This is what your body wants to do. So it's half a core exercise, and then half a hamstring exercise. And again, I didn't count, so let's do 3 more. 2, and 1, and it might be good to go back to that hamstring stretch after doing that hamstring curls. Take a nice deep breath. And then the other side. Rock back, stretch. And stay longer if you'd like. Okay, and then let's do some heel raises. Caution with these if it bothers your knee, since you said your knee can't straighten. But as long as you feel energy through your knee and no pain, I think it's worth at least giving it a try. You're going to squeeze the ball between your legs. Depending on what ball you have, you can just find wherever is comfortable. Like a tennis ball, you might be able to put between your heels. It doesn't matter exactly how big or where it is, as long as you're squeezing it. And then press your big toes and your big toe knuckles into the floor. Stand up tall and lift all the way up, slowly down. Lift with control, squeeze that ball, slowly down. And it's a whole lift through your inner thighs and your abs, like you're pulling up like on your zipper and then pulling the heels down to the floor in opposition. So it's not just about your calves. Whew, I feel my abs working like crazy hard, my butt squeezing like crazy hard, getting a little sweaty just with a couple calf raises. Whew, about 2 more. 1 more time. All right, let's go to those kitchen sink squats. So imagine this is my kitchen sink, so I can sort of lean back a little bit more and then come back up. Start at whatever range is doable for you, with the goal of, over time, getting a little bit deeper. There's no rush. Just do what you can do. We'll do about 10 for now. Now, as you squat, avoid the butt out too much. And try to keep your core engaged so that you're hinged with a nice straight spine. Okay, 1 more. Squeeze your butt, come all the way up. A pro tip on finding your core and your glute muscles: if you think of narrowing your pelvis by pulling your hip bones together, or even the front hip bones, like where they kind of poke out in the front, squeeze those together, you're going to feel a lot more engagement. Just trying to narrow yourself. Whew, okay. Or imagine you don't want to fart in an elevator. That also works. Okay, so those are the kitchen sink ones. At a wall, so I'll maybe come back to this. Hands on the wall like you're doing a plank. If you just push and stand, that's a place to start. But if you walk your feet back a little bit more, it'll be harder. It's not a crazy plank, just a little plank. And then tighten up your core, slow march. So at the wall, you want to avoid dancing and wobbling. So keeping your standing side as straight as possible as you lift your knee up towards your chest. So the standing side is what's almost doing more work, because you're trying to keep your knee straight on the bottom, keeping your hip and your spine stable, as you then bring your knee up as high as possible. This is what your body wants to do, and it wants to kind of shift to make it easier. And if your knee is down here, that's fine. Just go wherever you can go. About 10 of those will be good on each side, and should be pretty hard if you're really stabilizing. And then same position. Try taking your leg out to the back diagonal, and then a little swing across. So back diagonal, swing across. As you're doing that, focus on keeping your foot firmly on the floor. So big toe, pinky toe, and heel are all like suctioned into the ground. And as you go back, think of feeling your glute working here. And then I'm thinking of getting like a little stretch as you come across. I mean, it's work for your inner thigh as well, but glute work, stretch, inner thigh work, while keeping your core really solid against the wall. And same thing on the other side. Swing, and then glute, swing, and glute. And there's a little bit of movement in my hips as the leg goes back, but it's not like a crunch in the lower back. I'd rather it be small and your hips stay level versus big and you cheat somehow. Just want to squeeze that booty. Oh. All right, and then last thing, whenever you're sitting, you can make that into an exercise. So plant your feet nice and firmly against the floor, tummy tight, legs can be whatever distance is comfortable, and then slowly sit down to the chair. So you can do that every single time you sit down or repeat it multiple times. My arms are just here for like counterbalance. If you need to use your armrest, feel free. You can also scoot to the edge of your chair, push your feet into the floor, tighten your tummy and your glutes, and try to just hover, and then hold, and then sit, hover, hold. You're gonna get you tired real fast. Or standing, come down as low as you can control, whether it's hovering or tapping, then come right back up. That's a super quick glute and leg burner with this. If you have a rolly chair or slippy floor, put your chair against the wall so there's no risk of it like flying away from you at any point as you do this. So just do whatever is doable and not irritating for your knee. One more bonus. I mentioned how your knee needs to be able to move. So if you just prop your foot outwards a little bit, hold your thigh in place, you can rotate your shin in and out like a windshield wiper. Oh, can't see me. There we go. In and out. Out is usually much easier for most people, so in is the hard one. So to focus on in, just come neutral, rotate in. With my hands, I'm keeping my thigh completely still so that I'm isolating movement at the knee joint. Whew. Then another fun challenge, kind of building onto that, is lean back onto your couch or recline in bed, either way. Just grab the back of your thigh. And from here, with your foot flexed, lift your leg up to whatever height it will go. It's not going to straighten here. It takes a lot of flexibility to straighten your leg here. And then ease back off, up, pause, come back off. We can add it with that rotation. So it's going to be like a circle. So with your foot flexed the whole time, rotate your foot in, lift, come back down, relax, rotate in, lift, bend, relax. Now the circle part comes in, we're making it a little bit more complicated. Rotate in, lift, rotate out, lower, rotate in, lift, rotate out, lower, in, lift, out, lower. You can keep going, but let's reverse. So now we're rotating out, go up, rotate in, down. My shin is getting tired. Rotate out, lift. Also, my thigh's getting tired. Make sure your shoulders aren't up in your ears and that you're still breathing with every exercise. This will definitely get your hamstring a lot bendier, flexier, and get your whole leg stronger. And then same thing on the other side. Assuming that you want to do both sides. So we can do that circle, rotate in, lift, rotate out, down, rotate in, lift, rotate out, down, rotate in, lift, out, down, reverse, rotate out, up, rotate in, down, rotate out, up, rotate in, down one more time, out, up, and in, and down. Whew. All right. Hopefully that helps.